Welcome back. Today we're flying out the N1K2-J, that's the second one in the bracket, and to be honest I would recommend you to just fly the Kia 84. I haven't done a video on that one yet, I will make one very soon. I already got the footage, but I just want to make sure that I'm very clear with this. This plane is not very good. The Kia 84 is faster, it climbs better. The turn rate at lower speeds, this thing is slightly better, especially with the flaps, but this thing is completely over-tiered. And dogfighting someone isn't very likely to happen, and something like a Spitfire will still ruin your day. They're faster than you for the most part, they're roughly the same speed on the deck, but the higher you go the faster the Spitfire will be compared to you, and especially if you have to fight something like an LF9, you're not gonna have a lot of fun. The guns on this thing are actually pretty alright. You have 900 rounds of the naval type guns, which are actually pretty good. I do recommend you to run the universal belts with the one red shell and the rest is blue. Seems to be the most efficient in my experience and according to the files, but if you have different experience, feel free to use something else. The ammo is not the problem in this thing. The problem in this thing is that you're very slow. This thing is completely over-tiered, as I just told you, and the start of this game is going to be very boring. I'm just trying to get these planes out of the match. I'm not very high, I'm trying to get these kills. Lancaster doesn't really seem to, well, doesn't want to die really. And the reason I'm going for these planes is if bombers space climb and you're in this plane, you will lose if you're down on tickets. At this point we're ahead on tickets, but I'm facing the Americans, so it's very easy for them to just drain tickets by killing pillboxes and stuff, and I don't want to risk losing or winning the game by tickets. I'd rather just kill the entire enemy team. And it seems like there are no real fighters in the area, so it's kind of a free kill. I'm trying to spade this thing at this point. And I want to give you a heads up, I haven't played this thing very much. And why did I not play this thing? Normally I get about 50 to 100 kills in a vehicle before I make an opinion on it. But I flew the Kia 84 a hell of a lot. And this thing is very similar, it's just slightly worse at most things. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. I did test most of it out versus someone I know is very good at dueling. And those turn fights just took a very long time. I felt like I had a very small edge, but in reality, if you're gonna fight something like a Mark 24, Mark 22, P51H, F2Gs, FU4Bs, you're not gonna be dogfighting those things, and you're gonna be out dogfighting them anyway if they try to do so. So the differences are too minimal, and the Kia 84 is just much better at the rest to make this thing basically obsolete. This is more like a 5.3 plane, and I'm not sure at that BR if it's even that good over there. Fighting P51Hs and F2Gs especially in this thing is an absolute pain in the ass, and that's just because you're so damn slow. This thing goes about 540 kph in a straight line at 6.0. You can fight jets in this thing, which are effectively almost twice as fast. It's not a fun experience. And now what I have been doing is I've been loitering a little bit out of the combat zone, and I've been waiting for the enemy team to dive because I don't outclimb anyone. So what I'd rather do is just stay on the side, stay at medium altitude, wait for them to dive below me. I'm not someone that likes side climbing, I think it's very boring. But at this point, P47 passing right underneath me, it looks like a P47M looking at the camo. Letter pops up, it indeed is one. And I just want to save this 109, because I want my team to be alive. If you're alone in this thing, you're going to struggle. Even a single enemy can pose a very big annoyance in this thing if he just keeps running away. And that's what I'm going to show you at the end of this video. The last guy is going to play it right. He's going to play it very slow, very passive, which is what you have to do for this plane, because you can't really outturn it. And at this point I'm just sitting on this guy's ass, waiting for the P47 to do something. He breaks his prop on the 109. He rams the 109 out of the air. I didn't manage to save, and it was just a little bit too late. And the other thing that in this plane you're going to struggle with, the compression at high speed is absolutely abysmal. And I'm talking really bad, like 3.0 levels of compression. It's not very good at high speed. This thing thrives at being slow, and being slow in a meta of planes where everyone is at least 100 kph faster than you isn't very enjoyable. When I say at least 100 kph, this is of course over exaggeration, but you also have to keep in mind that the guys around you accelerate fast, so by the time you're going 400, they will be going 500. And your top speed is just not there. Now everyone's kind of low, everyone's kind of slow, so I can start boom and zooming these guys. Who do I want to take out first? All things considered, I want to take out a Tempest first. The Tempest is much faster than me, and he will be able to boom and zoom me, as I maybe have to dogfight a Spitfire. Spitfires will out dogfight you as well, and it's not a very fun experience. But who do I go for? I want to go for the Tempest, but if I go for the Tempest right now, the Spitfire will just be diving on me, and then I die. So I take out the Spitfire because it doesn't cost me any energy. Now we just look down and see who we can go for. I'm looking at the Tempest here, hoping he's gonna go vertical here so I can cut him off. And that's exactly what he does. So I'm gonna be diving on him, but we're going up over 540 kPH right now. And it kind of makes it so that I can't really pull lead. I get one hit in, I don't kill him, and he's gonna be extending away now. I can't extend towards the Spitfire because the Spitfire is actually going to outrun me to his airfield. So I tried to chase down the Tempest, but I'm only going 450, the Tempest is much faster than me. And we're just stuck in this again, and I'm gonna be saying those things again and again and again, because people are just much faster than you, and that's just how it is. People are going to be running away from you like no tomorrow, and they don't even have to put any effort in to do so. All they have to do is just not pitch up for you, and most of these planes will actually climb with you as well. So it is kind of annoying. It just feels like a fat J2M. J2M2, which I will make a video on very soon as well. Some more Japanese love coming out because I haven't really covered much of them. The problem is with Japanese planes that mostly the teams are very good, and with good teams mostly, well, what happens is your team gets too many kills, and when your team gets too many kills, I can't get any good footage. Which is also probably why these planes are so over-tiered. They're very easy to kill, but they're very easy to get killed by if you're not very experienced at this game, and the way you have to fight Japanese is pretty particular. A lot of people will overestimate what Japanese planes can do, get scared of them, maybe force a head-on, maybe stall themselves out. And yes, Japanese planes overall are pretty annoying to fight, but the higher tier ones are actually pretty sad. They're slow, they don't turn that well anymore, they're still maneuverable, but they're not like they are at lower tiers, like the Zeros, like the Ki-43s, like the J2Ms. They're not nowhere near that kind of capability, and people are still scared of them because they are taught by playing this game for a very long time, reaching 6.0. Up until that point, they're all extremely maneuverable and they're extremely annoying to fight. Once you reach higher tiers, they just become good planes, good maneuverable planes, but they're extremely over-tiered. And they are pretty annoying to fly, because people are scared to dogfight you. But they don't really know how to kill you either, so what happens is they just run away from you, they dive to the airfields, and you just end up running around the map all the time. And this, what you're seeing right here, it's just how it is when you fly high-tier Japanese planes. It's extremely annoying, it's extremely frustrating, but that's just how it is. I can't really blame these guys, but it's very annoying nonetheless. And when you are in a 2v1 on equal altitude, and you're in battle planes and you still hug the base, like, how are you even trying? Like, what's the point? Why even playing this game if you're just gonna sit on the airfield, even though you're in a battle plane and there's two of you? I'm not even in a severe like altitude advantage. But it's whatever. I'm not gonna complain about AA too much, because people like to get triggered by that, as much as I get triggered by people hugging their AA. AM1, I just ignored him, not really worth my time. I can dive on him, I can kill him, but if that happens, I get two guys above me, one which will outrun me very, very handily, and another one that can easily kill me in a dogfight. So that's not something I want. I want to kill the Spitfire now. The Spitfire is a lot closer to me. He doesn't have the best guns, he only has the two Hispanos in the wings. I have 4 of these guns, so I'm just gonna go head on with him. Not something I advise doing very often, but in this case, the Spitfire needs to go. I can't fight these guys at the same time. The Spitfire will outrun me as well, and if the Spitfire starts catching me, I am just dead. So I'm just gonna spray this guy in the head-on. I notice he dodges the head-on, which is perfect for me. The moment he started dodging, I can just pull in, and I shoot him out of the air. And now we're gonna go 1v1 with a Tempest, which is much faster than me, and has much better retention. So I have to bait this guy. He's pretty passive, which again I can't really blame him for, but I need to bait him into doing something. You can tell he's just flying up, which is the right thing to do as well. I'm gonna try to pitch up after him, but as you can see, the speed difference is so substantial. I will end up at most 0.9 away from him. These guns aren't very reliable. I'm not very confident about my aim with these guns. So what's probably going to end up happening is I'm gonna shoot a few rounds at him. I'm maybe gonna get a hit, and then he stalls on top of me, he flips over, and I'm just dead. So I'm not going to take it. I turned around before he could actually do that. I'm trying to pick up some speed here, trying to not web, trying to cool my engine a little bit. I also want to kill this guy before the tickets run out, because I want to showcase what this plane can do and how annoying it is, but also how you can maybe bait these guys into doing something. So what I did here is I kind of equalized the speed, then I cut inside of him. I will use my superior turn rate to get on his 6 instantly, and I'm 0.4 away from him. And if he had just dived away, if he had just gone straight, he would have left me in the dust and we would have reset, and we're right back where we started. But you can tell that this Tempest is faster than me, and he's trying to stall me out, but he doesn't have the separation nor the speed to do so, because I dove. we're going roughly the same speed. He's stalling out at this point. I get a crit on him. I think I crit his wings. I also crit his engine, it looks like. Hit his cooling. I stall much later than him. So you don't want to go up like that. It's a scary thing to do. And at this point, I want to make sure I just stay on the 6. I don't want to overshoot. I will go slower than him very easily. I just got throttle. And there he actually flies around my guns because of my 600 meters convergence. He's too slow to do anything. He's essentially dead. And then I finish him off with the last few rounds. And that's the game in the N1K2. It's the 6.0 variant. It's not completely spaded just yet. But I think this was worthy of the showcase. And this plane was just so damn annoying to fly. And people wanted to see it. So this is all you're gonna get. I know this is not really the standards I live up to normally. But as I said in the last video, I'm still not feeling very great. I'm feeling a lot better. So that's nice. So expect more videos. But I'm still just trying to crawl my ass out of it. And there's the test drive for the J6. So you see how long this footage has been in the bank for me. Because this one was flown just before I actually made the J6 video. Which I do recommend you to check out. Because that's probably one of my best jet videos to date. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you all very soon again with an F86 F25 video.